Those are the points coming into the final race of the first round of the ENEA playoffs. Dakota Long and Perrin Huggins dominating the time in practice, now looking to put it to perfection. Green flag waves at Watkins Glen. Round 15 is on. Long already out to a very impressive 1 second lead after the first lap of competition. Perrin Huggins sitting in the second position, as it were. Cody McFadden sitting close by in the third position. Sean Anderson behind them in fourth, and Lucas Reed in the number 3 Budweiser Chevrolet rounds out the top 5. Jake Baker already goes around in that first corner. Heavy contact with turn number 1. He keeps it moving. Let's see what happened at the 17. Just comes in hot. Can't get it slowed down enough. Let's go on board with Jake. And the native of Cincinnati, Ohio, ends up putting it in the wall. It's going to be a very long day for him. 2 laps in, and Jake already up against it. So Long now leads Perrin Huggins by 2.6 seconds coming out of that final corner. Perrin Huggins under siege from Cody McFadden in the 6-4. Dakota Long sets the fastest lap, 3 laps in, 1 minute, 13 seconds, and some change. Further on back, Cody B. Johnson really trying to get a move on the 0-2 of Matt Croakey. The 0-8 Ray's Chevy now to the inside. Johnson trying to make his way through. Jake, there goes Croakey. He's into the wall. The 46 of Nicky Simpson just barely escapes with that one. Cody Johnson now into 11th. Nicky Simpson in 12th. Matt Croakey immediately jumps to the pits. That was something else. There's Jake Baker coming into the pits here, and this is going to be Matt Croakey and Cody Johnson really going hard, and there it is. Just look at the contact there. Let's break this one down. So there's Croakey. He's already not sure what happened there. All right, we got to break this one down just even further back, and let's see if we can go with this is the lap prior. Jake Baker's going to get into the wall here. Let's see if we can get just a little bit closer to where these two decided to make contact. There's Cody Johnson. And it's just going to look like the 0-2 of Croakey tries to come down on Johnson, and it looks like he might just pay the price on that one. See if we can get a view from up high. Possibly the 0-2 trying to avoid the 46 of Nick Simpson, too. That was really weird. And there's Croakey just getting put into the wall there. From Johnson's point of view. Yup, that's exactly what it is. You can see the 46 just coming into view on the left-hand side. And Matt Croakey really takes a licking after that heavy contact with the 0-8. Croakey is still getting that race car repaired. Dakota Long leads by 5 seconds. It looks like he's running away with this one. And then Perrin Huggins has a 1.3 second gap back to Cody McFadden. Lucas Reed trying to get back on the move after Justin Shoup gets around him. The pride of Bealton, Virginia, moves into 5th. Shout out to Racing Rick, also from Bealton, Virginia. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. You have not missed a thing. 5 of 45 laps complete. Going to have a competition caution at lap number 10. And then the race organizers say no cautions for the final 35 laps of the race here at Watkins Glen. So we're going to see how that turns out. Perrin Huggins And an impressive-looking Busch Light Ford sits in second. Ryan Terrien, the French pilot, trying to make his move on Mike Bennett. Terrien, now to the inside. He's got the run headed into turn number 1. Terrien to the inside, but can he make it stick? No, he's now behind the 19. They're going to come out of that first corner. Terrien now chasing down the 19 up the S's. And the French pilot still trying to get the chase down to Bennett. Half a second separates them. Further on back, one Nicholas Simpson in that backwoods Sand Tiger Chevrolet chasing down the two of Ryan Pasoko. Here's the battle for 11th. Let's go on board with Nicky. A big fan of Valentino Rossi and trying to chase down that number 2 Chevrolet. The Sand Tiger Tattoos Camaro currently sits in the 11th position. Mike Bennett now on the chase, as it looks like not Nicky Simpson but Brian Tagg might have had some incident. The double 9 Busch Chevy wide into the carousel, and it looks like that race car just took a heavy lick on the right hand side. Let's see what happened to Brian Tagg. Oh, he's already crashed at this point. Now he's just dragging. There's 1 and 2. Heavy slam for Tagg. No, he might even just take another lick there. No, he did go around, though. And the double 9 Busch Apple Chevrolet is going to come to a very resigned, slow crawl into the pit stall. And he's going to try and get that race car fixed. But Brian Tagg, looks like his mountain also just got a bit more steep in the double 9. Sean Anderson in that 13. Up into the 4th position. Justin Shoup behind him, but 1 second to the gap. Ryan Terrien and Michael Bennett now at it once again, looking back from the 1-9. Matt Croakey in the chat telling us he tried to leave room for Nick Simpson coming down back onto the racetrack, and he said all 3 of them just ran out of room, and that's racing. Good humble attitude from Matt Croakey. Still a shame either way. These two giving us a great show, though. Ryan Terrien ahead of Michael Bennett by just half a second. And that ebbs and flows while the competition caution comes out. Terrian will not be able to catch up to Bennett in the 1-9. So it's Long, Huggins, McFadden, your top three. Sean Anderson in fourth and Justin Shoup in that fifth position. Caution is going to be out. Drivers are going to get a chance to repair their race cars. They're going to get a chance to pit. And then again, as the race organizers have told us, the final 32, 33 laps of the race after restart here will be caution-free. So we'll see just how that turns out. We're going to let these race cars do their thing, and we're going to go ahead and get back on it. You're watching ENEA from Watkins Glen. Looking at the points coming into this race, this is the cut-off race for this round of the ENEA playoffs. Looking at all those drivers below that red line, staring at Mike Bennett, Ryan Pasocco, Mackenzie Roon, Jeff Rudick. Those last two drivers not in tonight's race, and stone dead last coming into these playoffs. So obviously they're going to be eliminated in this round. So that leaves Mike Bennett, Ryan Pasocco to try and dig themselves out. Cody B. Johnson in this race, currently running 8th. Lucas Reed has had his race in the top 5 all day here, currently running in the 7th spot. Mike Bennett, he finds himself in 11th. They're riding on board with Mike Bennett right now, and then Ryan Pasocco sits in the 9th position. So we'll see where they end up, unofficially of course, when the checkered flag flies. Jacob Prince not in tonight's race, but he's already through to next round. Dakota Long currently sitting in the 2nd position. Justin Shoup sits behind the pace truck right now. Number 91, Coors Chevrolet, leads this race. Again, the race organizers saying no yellows from here to the end. So it's going to be 32 laps of green flag racing all the way to the checkered flag. Justin Shoup has control of the field. Dakota Long is behind him, and we'll see just who does what. 32 laps to go. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. Dakota Long with a great chance to overtake Justin Shoup for the race lead, coming out of the bus stop through the carousel. Shoup still leads. Long sits behind him. Jake Baker puts in his personal best, 1:19.63. Shoup leading this race. Long behind him, possibly just waiting for Shoup to make a mistake. Long runs wide, trying to find some sort of area around the 91. Ryan Terrian holding on to 3rd. Cody McFadden in that 4th position, comes right off of the final corner, just ahead of Sean Anderson, who avoids him. Shoup still leads, headed into the 1st corner. 31 laps remain. Lucas Reed now making a move on Pasocco. Perrin Huggins struggling to keep his race car on the race track. Number 4 now coming up all over the back end of Nicky Simpson in that 46 Sand Tiger Chevy. Huggins now looking to open up some daylight on the inside as Simpson locks the wheels going through that final corner. Heavy contact with Perrin Huggins off the last turn. Not sure what happened there, but Simpson and Huggins now going after it. Justin Shoup in the 2nd position. Ryan Terrian sits in 3rd. Cody McFadden in that 4th spot. Nick Simpson behind car number 4. We got to find out what happened between these two. This is a couple laps to go. Looks like Perrin Huggins going off the racetrack here. Possibly just a big blink for Huggins. Yeah, a massive blink for Perrin Huggins, and there he is, scraping the race car, nearly wrecking it. And this is going to be Huggins getting around Nick Simpson. Watch this. Not sure what happened there. We got cut off. Oh, looks like Simpson just might have gotten loose off the last corner. Gets right into Huggins. We can get just a better look, maybe from the sky here. Have a look at the 4.6. Well, they're both going for the same piece of real estate. It's really hard to tell. It's actually really hard to tell. And keep your eye. See if the 46, see who keeps their line just better coming off this final turn. Simpson is turning left, but Huggins just aggressively comes onto the racetrack. Yeah, just looks like a lack of awareness. But anyway, they keep it moving. Nick Simpson's in the 11th position. Perrin Huggins, a damaged Perrin Huggins, is in 9th. Justin Shoup, 2.5 seconds ahead of Ryan Terrien in that 3rd position. How about Cody Johnson going really wide off the racetrack? He got into that scuffle earlier with Matt Croakey, but he's still moving along in the Rays Energy car. Huggins is on a move on. Perrin Huggins now trying to get around Michael Bennett. Huggins getting really aggressive with it, almost forcing Bennett off the track. More contact again, and Mike Bennett has had enough of Perrin Huggins, and he shows him right there. Huggins, far too aggressive. Into the bus stop, you were riding on board with the 4 as he just rode his way through the 19 car. More contact out of the carousel, and Mike Bennett shows Perrin Huggins just what he thought of that move. Before all of that unfolded, Nick Simpson went off the racetrack. Let's see what happened to Nicky in the 46. And he puts a heavy scrape on the backwoods machine. He's going to put another one on there. No. And Ryan Lindemann careful to get around the 46, but the backwoods Chevrolet, check out the scrape here. Oof, heavy mark. Now, let's go on with Perrin Huggins. Watch him. He's going to try and make the pass in the bus stop, then make contact with the 19. 19 wards him off. Huggins then decides he's going to force his way up the inside, and Mike Bennett says, see ya. All right, Nick Simpson again is just going to lose control. And we're going to go with Perrin Huggins. Now get a look at this. See if we can get a good eye on what's going to happen here. Hopefully the trees don't obstruct anything. Huggins in the... As the trees obstruct everything. Huggins in the 4, Bennett in the 19. There's Huggins sending it in deep. Just thinks he's going to make the pass on the inside. Don't know if there was any contact there, but again, now Huggins will force the issue. Really just dive bomb the 19. And Bennett says that's enough. One more look. Here's coming out of the bus stop. So we're too late here. Let's see if we can get... Too late here still. All right. All right, so let's see if we can get a... Well, if the camera focuses here, let's see if we can get a good view at Perrin Huggins trying to make this pass. Just want to see if there's contact between them. This should tell us Yeah, there's the contact, and then Perrin Huggins, again, will just have had it. And the aggression, and here comes the turn. Justin Shoop 6 seconds off the top. Ryan Terriant sitting in that third position over the last 5 laps. Terriant has slowly been reeling in the Virginia pilot and the native of Paris, France, just getting a bit closer to that silver medal position. But Terriant has to look over his shoulder because Cody McFadden is also coming by in a big hurry. McFadden finds himself 1.5 seconds behind the French pilot in the 6. Lucas Reed trying to run down Cody Johnson. Reed gaining almost 0.5 of a second the last time on Cody Johnson. So the number 3 Budweiser Chevrolet, he was running top 5, and now it looks like he's making a move even further on forward. Perrin Huggins has jumped to the pits. He's crashed again. This is on the exit of pit road. Look, Perrin Huggins getting his car repaired. And he stamps on the throttle as Nick Simpson goes by and destroys his race car. I don't know if Perrin Huggins was waiting for Nick Simpson or not. You can see Huggins is motionless. Huggins trying to drive out of pit lane incredibly slowly, possibly waiting on car 46. And have a listen. And he wrecks himself. Perrin Huggins right now, if we look at these points, not only is Huggins just damaged at the moment, but we're looking at these points here, and you can see he's 5th. Now, luckily, by all mathematical probability, Perrin Huggins will make it through to the next round, but it's also incredibly tight because the cutoff line is less than 20 points below Perrin Huggins. Depending on what the rest of these drivers do, Huggins is still not into the next round of these playoffs. Justin Shoop looking to make it in. Ryan Terriant looking to make it in. Cody McFadden, Sean Anderson, and the rest. How about this driver in the 08, Cody B. Johnson? He is on the cut line. He is on the bubble in 12th, just looking to bring this race car home and make it through to the next round of the playoffs. Nick Simpson had an incident earlier. Let's see what happened to car 46. Just goes wide, brings it back onto the racetrack. 22 laps to go next time by Cody Johnson, curb hopping his way as Lucas Reed is now all behind him. But here comes McFadden on Terriant, who's also reached Shoop. And now we've got a 3-way fight for the 2nd position. McFadden looking to overtake Terriant. Seth Whitworth crashes. One driver's gone around. Is that Whitworth? That is Seth Whitworth, who's gone around in car 28. And the Jumpman Camry. He's got to reassess. Calmness once again reaches 2nd place for now. Justin Shoop has a little bit of room to breathe, but Ryan Terriant now moves up the inside. Terriant's now going to take 2nd position. Shoop losing control of the race car. McFadden is there, but now it looks like Terriant might have gotten loose. Shoop has the run going into the bus stop. Will he outbrake him? 6-9-1-6-4, running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Sanity prevails. Shoop takes it easy. He's settled into 3rd. Now Terriant looks to run away with 2nd. Shoop takes it wide. Terrien in the 6, Shoop in the 91. Is Sean Anderson now coming to join this game? He wants to play 2. Ryan Pasoko with incident. Car number 2 off in the bus stop. Nick Simpson now trying to catch up. Car 46 might have a whiff of Pasoko. He might smell blood in that water. The Land Shark. I said Land Shark. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Sand Tiger. Sand Tiger Tattoos. That's who sponsors Nick Simpson. The Sand Tiger Tattoos 46 chasing down the number 2. My apologies to the folks over at Sand Tiger. Bottom of your screen. Check out sandtigertattoos.com. Land Shark. What the hell am I thinking? Anyway, this is the battle for 9th. Ryan Pasoko in 9th. Nick Simpson in 10th. Cody McFadden gets around Justin Shoop for 3rd. Terrien locks it up into the penultimate corner. McFadden has a mirror full of Shoop. Shoop on his way into the pits. Did Justin not take enough fuel? Did he gamble? Justin back into the pits, and the pride of Bealton, Virginia now has to give up all of that position. So the battle for 2nd place is on between Terrien and McFadden. How about Lucas Reed, who locks it up heavy trying to overtake Cody Johnson? Check this out. It was Johnson who locked it up. Reed still trying to chase him down through the bus stop. And this is something Luke has been working on since the drop of the green flag. He's taking that Bud Chevy closer to the top 5. Cody Johnson, who's gained 10 places since this race started, looks like he might be marching on to the next round of the playoffs. Lucas Reed just wants to march his way into a top 5. Reed sits ahead of Johnson for the moment, so Lucas really doesn't need to push the issue. How about Nick Simpson and Ryan Lindemann and Ryan Pasoko now all battling? And Simpson in the middle of that Ryan sandwich. Seth Whitworth just ahead. Simpson now trying to get to the inside of Pasoko. How is this going to work out? Almost some contact right there. How about Nick Simpson showing just a little bit of restraint, and he doesn't quite mow down the 2 of Pasoko, but here they come up the S's. Car 46 now working on car 2, and he's a little bit closer this time. Simpson not risking it just yet. Brian Tagg rides again. The double 9 is all fixed up. Back out on the racetrack, chasing down now car 46. Despite Brian being 4 laps off the pace from Nicky Simpson, he's still giving it his best. Nicky with a little bit of damage to the right-hand side, but no matter. Still going well as Simpson gives it just a little bit of a tail whip out of turn number 11, or 9, depending on how you count the corners here. We've got 18 laps to go at Watkins Glen. Simpson locks it up just a little bit, trying to get to the inside of Pasoko. Tagg now wants to get around the 46 car. Simpson has a run coming into the bus stop this time around. Will Nicky push the issue? Pasoko sits ahead. You can see Simpson just squirrely trying to get that car slowed up and under braking, not missing his marks. Simpson rounding out the top 10 right now, and the top 9 is just a couple of tenths away as Bennett goes green. 1:14.41. Mike Bennett, sitting in the 6th position, runs his personal best. How about Tag? Still 4 laps off the pace, trying to get around Nitro Nick. Simpson just trying once again. He's opened up the line on the inside, but he just doesn't have the steam to make it all the way down. Shout out to Andrew Sauer and other friends that call themselves the Nick Simpson fan club. As Brian Tagg gets around the 46, who runs it too wide. Cody McFadden is in the pits. McFadden is in. So Justin Shoup coming in earlier. Looks like he came in on lap 25. McFadden now coming in on lap 29, so a big 4-lap difference. Reed goes green, 1:13.62. Justin Shoup also went green, 1:13.47. So these new tires making a difference, but just how long will it last? Will the drivers be able to go that long? Reed went 1:13.62 last time around. Race leader Dakota Long went 1:13.40. Long hasn't pitted since lap 11. Neither has Lucas Reed. So really Lucas making great use of those tires. He sits in 3rd right now, 3.5 seconds behind Sean Anderson. Race leader Long is in. Dakota Long has decided to come in. Sean Anderson sitting in 2nd. Will he also come in, or will he decide to overtake the race leader? Anderson will decide it's his time to come in. How about Luke Reed? Luke Reed will also come in. All eyes on Cody Johnson, who's coming in. Cody McFadden all the way in the bus stop. He pitted on lap 29. The math says he should be good to go to the end. J-Paw's in the chat. What's going on? Leader of that J-Paw militia. Driver of the legendary 22 in so many races I have been privileged to call. And here he is in my chat once again. J-Paw, good to hear from you, my man. Send my love out to the family. Dakota Long back out on the racetrack trying to get around the 2 of Ryan Pasoko. 14 laps to go next time by. Anderson now out on the racetrack with fresh, cold tires, mind you. Here's Cody McFadden. He pitted a lap before these guys. So now we'll see what Anderson and Johnson both have with these cold tires headed into the bus stop. See, the car is just, the weight just moving right forward under the braking, and it looks like they've got it together. No issues here. Justin Shoup sitting in 6th. There's Ryan Terriant in that 7th position. Mike Bennett in the 8th spot, following Brian Tagg, who's in 13th. There's Jake Baker in the distance. He's running 14th in this race right now. Part-time schedule for Jake means that he is not in these playoffs. Currently running 17th. He was the first driver out on the outside looking in, headed into this playoff round. How about McFadden working on Johnson into turn number 1? Red Chevrolet versus red Ford. Smoke pours out of the right-hand side of that race car. McFadden gets the job done. Shoop went green last time around, 1:13.40. He's only getting quicker, and the same goes for Pasoko, 1:15.54. Issues for Michael Bennett. This is out of turn number 1. Bennett, he's going to spin it, and he's going to just give a little bit of love to that wall there, and a heavier kiss to this wall right here. So Bennett now in 8th. Luckily, Bennett is on the lead lap where Ryan Pasoko is not on the lead lap. Nick Simpson catching up to Pasoko. This is the battle for 9th. Last time around, Simpson almost a second slower than Pasoko, but now they're finally out on fresh tires, the both of them, after both pitting on lap 29, and we'll see just what the clock says this time around. Pasoko goes green, 1:15.54. I'm sorry, 1:14.96 for Pasoko. Simpson half a second quicker. Now within 1 second, there's Pasoko who goes wide out of turn number 1, and Simpson, he's got the advantage now. Simpson on the inside, trying to chase down Pasoko in that 2. Lucas Reed in the distance, getting a bit closer. Justin Shoop now battling for position. How about Sean Anderson to his inside, headed into the bus stop. Shoop cuts him off and holds on to that 5th position. Cody Johnson just ahead. Simpson and Pasoko will continue to battle for 9th. Johnson runs wide, Shoop behind him. There goes Anderson in a very close tow. Nicky Simpson going off the racetrack and just giving more room to Ryan Pasoko. Lindemann goes off track, runs it really wide in the 11th spot. And Aiden Norman, the 2-time TNT champion, in the house. What's going on, buddy? Good to have you here. Welcome to ENEA. If you're like Aiden and you just recently tuned in, no race cautions, 1 competition caution at lap number 10, and the race organizers deciding we're going to go yellow free, caution free, that is to say, all the way to the end of this race. So we've got 10 to go this time by. Dakota Long looks poised to win this race. Lucas Reed is in 2nd. Cody McFadden is in 3rd. A big blink from Cody Johnson in that 08 machine. He's now trying to chase down McFadden for that 3rd spot. Buellton, Virginia's Justin Shoop in 5th. There's Sean Anderson in that 6th position, and 7.5 seconds beyond these pilots is the French driver Ryan Terrien, the Parisian, looking to make it into the next round of the playoffs, and if things continue the way they have been this evening, he will. No ENEA race next week. We are going to be taking a break, but the playoffs will continue with the next round of racing. This is the cutoff. There are the points right there. Coming into this race, any of the drivers below that red line by the time the checkered flag falls tonight are out of the playoffs. They will not continue. In 2 weeks, we continue with 12 more drivers from the Nashville Super Speedway. That's going to be June 26th right here on Rick James TV. Jake Baker's had an incident, and he's had a big incident in that 17. This is coming into turn number 1. Way too hot. Way too hot. Tries to get it slowed down, and it's a heavy slam for Jake Baker. Trying to continue, and this is about to get worse for him. Completely misses the carousel. And he decides he's going to ditch it. Well done, Jake. So it looks like Jake is throwing in the towel there. Cody McFadden just 0.3 of a second ahead of Justin Shoup. Has the race leader crashed? Dakota Long with an incident. He has ruined the left front of that race car. What happened here? Well, I say ruined. Did he catch the grass? Oh, he just went for a spill. Does not even hit anything. I say ruined, not a scratch on that thing. He's going to continue, no problem. Seth Whitworth had an incident. This is into turn number 1. And the Jumpman Camry, again, just overcooks it. And that could be the end of his race as well if he doesn't get it repaired within the next 7 laps. Lucas Reed in the second position. Cody McFadden rolling in third, not too far off. But how about this gaggle of cars right here? Sean Anderson all over the back end of Justin Shoup. These guys are fighting for 4th. McFadden locks it up big time just ahead of Shoup. No incident, though. Let's watch them race up the S's. There's Brian Tagg, who's crashed right in the middle of the S's. Ryan Terrien will just avoid Tagg, who's parked on the racetrack. Ryan Lindemann will hit him as Tagg accelerates right as Lindemann goes up there. What happened to Lindemann now? Going off the racetrack, this is Brian Tagg. Does he just lose control in the S's section? Yep, just hits those curbs, costs himself some damage, and now Lindemann looks like he might have gone around again. This could be the bus stop section. Let's see what happened to Lindo in the 5-7. My bet is he's going to catch a rumble strip or some grass, possibly both. And he's caught some rumble strip there. Back to the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Cody McFadden, Justin Shoup, and Sean Anderson still entertaining each other's company, and Shoup might have just had the final word in that by overcooking it into turn number 1. Sean Anderson will get around him. Cody Johnson chasing them all down as Johnson catches some grass. He's struggling to keep off the guardrails, and he is slow up the hill. Ryan Pisoko, who is a lap down in 9th, will overtake him, not for position. Anderson still with a hard-charging Shoup behind him. Sir Brunson in the chat as well. Shout out to Sir Brunson. Appreciate you guys all coming through. One stage caution, if you will, or a competition caution at lap number 10. Cody McFadden now dragging and smoking those tires all the way into the pits. Or not into the pits, I should say, into the final corner. But anyway, McFadden really wearing out those tires. So Sean Anderson, if he can force another mistake out of McFadden, it could really make this race interesting for them at the end. More smoke out of the back of car 64, and Cody McFadden not taking care of those tires. Reed goes green, 1:13.35, and it's less than 2 seconds between Lucas Reed and Cody McFadden. Nick Simpson has decided he's coming into the pits. Heavy damage for the 46. Has he binned it again? He has, this time in a heavy fashion. Goes again into the wall trying to correct it, and the Sand Tiger Tattoos 46 has had it. There is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Lucas Reed, 1.5 seconds now ahead of Sean Anderson. I'm sorry, Cody McFadden, and then Sean Anderson. Four laps to go next time by. Cody McFadden just ahead of Anderson. And again, those are the points coming into this race. Drivers like Cody Johnson, who are just on the bubble, they're running in 6th. No reason to ruin their race. Michael Bennett, he's in 8th. He needs to hop up there where Cody Johnson is. But Johnson has to run well enough not to be overtaken. Mackenzie Roon and Jeff Rudick not in today's race. They've chosen to give up on their playoff hopes, and they are out. While Reed sits ahead of McFadden by 3/4 of a second, Cody might just smell blood in the water. Half a second is the gap between 2nd and 3rd. 2 laps to go this time by. Roughly 5 more miles to reach race completion. Reed nor McFadden can make any mistakes at this late stage in the race. 7/10 the gap. Reed with a great jump headed into the bus stop. McFadden chasing, but he's got to remain calm because if he makes a mistake, there's Sean Anderson. Through the bus stop, McFadden does not cut into that gap, but now he is through the carousel. 7/10 and counting. Four tenths now, coming to 2 laps to go for both of these drivers. Reed in 2nd, McFadden in 3rd. Reed goes green. 1:13.32 for Luke. Cody still now within half a second. Fastest lap of the race for Reed. Smallest gap of the last 5 laps between McFadden and Reed. Listen to the way the revs climb. You'd think that transmission would be cooked by now. Nick Simpson just ahead of these two. Will he get out of the way? The 46 slow. He's going to pull off and get out of the way just in time, so Reed and McFadden can battle it out for another 2.45 miles at Watkins Glen International. The white flag is in the air as McFadden smokes the tires heavy into turn number 1. Nothing left on that rubber. 3/10 now between them. There's Reed in the dark blue number 3, McFadden in that red 64. What can McFadden gain on the 3 car coming out of the bus stop? There's the 3. There's the 6-4 behind them. Half a second is what remains. Dakota Long wins at Watkins Glen. Lucas Reed just gets wide out of that carousel. Here's Cody McFadden with one more chance on car number 3. Look at the Scandi flick. You saw Reed just flick it wide. McFadden is there. One last-ditch effort out of the final corner, and it's going to be Lucas Reed who comes out of that final corner in a valiant effort. What a race for second place. Reed in the 3, McFadden in the 64. They get the second and third steps on the podium. Dakota Long, your race winner at Watkins Glen. Fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to have podium interviews in just a moment. On the podium now with our second place finisher tonight, silver medalist, able to make the podium tonight, Luke Reed in that number 3 Budweiser Chevrolet. Luke, awesome last few laps holding off Cody McFadden. That was some of the best racing all night long.
Thank you very much, man. I was really just hoping for a top 5 tonight and somehow found myself on the podium. I was sweating pretty hard there at the end. Cody was making me nervous. He was gaining time and I was gaining it back, and he was right there and kind of had me nervous. So, but I pulled it off and got it done. Dakota, I had nothing for Dakota. He was 15.5 seconds in front of me. It was a good win on his part. Kid's fast there.
An awesome race driven by you, Cody, and Dakota, our race winner as well. Shout out to Mitchie, who's in the chat. It has been a long time, my guy, and big congratulations to my man Australia just winning a cricket test the other day as well. I'm sure a big day for him too.
Hell yeah.
No, an awesome night all around. And then as far as the next round of the playoffs goes, you, unofficially speaking, you finish 8th in this round. Cody McFadden finishing 5th. So both of you guys are through to the next round of racing. And as far as this next round goes, in 2 weeks, we're headed out to Nashville Super Speedway. Can you do one better than second?
I hope so. There's a lot of fast guys in here. I just got to hope that they make a mistake and I can hold it up there in the front. I know I got a challenge ahead of me, but I'm willing to give it a shot. It's going to be fun.
We'll see what happens in a couple weeks' time. Congratulations on second place.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate your streaming and all you guys do. Thank you.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for tonight's race. That's going to be it for everybody here from ENEA. I've been Rick James. Don't forget, this Thursday night, the ARC's Race of Champions. $200 on the line for these race cars. You will not want to miss that. Cold hard cash up for grabs this Thursday, and in 2 weeks, the ENEA Racing Series rides again from Nashville Super Speedway. Until that next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we will see you all around